Continuando con la atención de los asuntos incluidos en el orden del día, pasamos ahora a escuchar la exposición de la presidenta del Consejo Interamericano para el Desarrollo Integral, la embajadora Yolande Smith, representante permanente de Grenada ante la OEA. Embajador Smith, tiene usted el uso de la palabra.
Thank you, Chair. Mr. Secretary General, Assistant Secretary General, Minister of Foreign Affairs of Colombia, foreign ministers, colleague permanent representatives, and other high-level official delegates, good afternoon. It is good afternoon. I am deeply honored to represent the Inter-American Council for Integral Development, CIDI, and to present to this General Assembly the annual report of the Council for Integral Development, as well as the draft resolution entitled Advancing Hemispheric Initiatives for the Integral Development, for your consideration. But before doing so, I would like to extend my sincere appreciation to the chairs of the various CIDI organs for their support and for their hard work during the past year under challenging circumstances. I also wish to recognize Executive Secretary Kim Osborne and offer her my appreciation for the leadership and for the support of the staff of the Secretariat for Integral Development, CIDI, which enables CIDI to fulfill the vision and to execute the mandates of this organization. First, I'll just give a synopsis of the work of CIDI. The meetings of CIDI, over which I've had the honor to preside during the first half of 2019, and those by the chair of my esteemed colleague, Ambassador Carlos Trujillo of the United States, during the latter half of 2018, engaged in substantive dialogue on the following matters: financial empowerment of women for the sustainable social and economic development of the Americas, education and employment in the changing world of work, regional impact and forced displacement, innovative financing and resilience building for sustainable development, building the resilient economies of the future, the blue, green, and orange economy, strengthening the nexus between science and policy for effective cooperation in integrated water resource management, and a proposal for an OAS disaster response framework. In addition to providing fresh insights on policy challenges and opportunities on matters of critical importance to member states, these meetings were intended to guide the efforts of CIDI in positioning itself to better support OAS member states. The following meeting of CIDI organs were held over the past year. First, the 11th regular meeting of the Inter-American Committee on Ports, hosted by the Government of Mexico in 2018, provided an opportunity for national port authorities, as well as participants in international organizations, the private sector, and civil society to discuss policies and practices to promote sustainable development of ports, including fourth-generation ports that are faster, smarter, cleaner, and more interconnected. At the second specialized meeting, CIDI meeting of high-level cooperation authorities held in Washington, D.C., September 20th and 21st, 2018, we explored best practices and opportunities for joint collaboration with respect to disaster risk management and resilience building. The fourth meeting of Ministers of High Authority of Social Development within the framework of CIDI was held in March 2019 in Guatemala City, Guatemala, and adopted the Inter-American Declaration of Social Development Priorities, as well as the Plan of Action of Guatemala. The sixth Inter-American Dialogue of High-Level Authorities of Macro, Small, and Medium-Sized Enterprises, the MSMEs, was held from April 24th, 25th, 2019 in San Salvador, and that engaged public and private sector stakeholders in dialogue on policies and programs to enhance the competitiveness, innovation, and internationalization of the MSMEs. CIDI also launched this SME digitalization plan, which will support the digitization of more than 3 million SMEs in the Americas. The 8th regular meeting of the Inter-American Committee on Education, held on October 4th and 5th, 2018, advanced the realization of the Inter-American Education Agenda by building consensus on intersectoral cooperation among public sector institutions in labor and education, multilateral government organizations, the academic sector, civil society organizations, and set the stage for the 10th meeting of Ministers of Education, which will be convened in Washington, D.C. in the next few weeks. Now to the work of CIDI. The annual report also features the activities carried out by CIDI. The following are a few examples of what we've achieved since the last General Assembly. CIDI initiatives in innovation and competitiveness, such as the biannual America's Competitiveness Exchange and Innovation Entrepreneurship, the Hub on Technology Transfer and Communications for the Americas, and the Caribbean Small Business Development Center project, provided technical assistance, training, and partnership for over 9,000 public officials, entrepreneurs, and business leaders. CIDI's work in human development and education provided over 3,500 citizens of the Americas with access to quality, inclusive, and equitable education through the OAS scholarship and training programs and the Leo Rowe Fund. Member states have also continued the work of sustainable, citizen-centered reform for the scholarship and training program. The Inter-American Teacher Network, I-10, provided 29,000 educational professionals across the Americas with expanded access to teacher resources, and the Educational Portal of the Americas trained 300 education professionals on the STEAM and STEM education. Through over 100 capacity building, policy dialogue, and technical cooperation activities, CIDI supported member states in the implementation of the Inter-American Program for Sustainable Development. This included the development of the Caribbean Energy Knowledge Hub in collaboration with the World Bank to serve as an information repository of sustainable energy, best practices, and applied knowledge. The development and launch of the Earth observation technology in collaboration with Argentina's Space Activities Commission to enhance water, agriculture, and disaster risk management, and the design in collaboration with the Caribbean Water and Wastewater Association and the Caribbean Development Bank, CDB, of a regional action plan for governance and building climate resilience in the Caribbean. In conclusion, Chair, going forward, creative and innovative solutions would be needed to leverage potential sources of sustainable financing within the Americas and globally. In this regard, I commend CIDI's development of a partnership roadmap to guide its efforts towards better collaboration and leveraging the support of the private sector, academia, and other relevant non-governmental partners. It is by fully utilizing these new avenues of cooperation that the OAS can remain relevant and effective. Chair, distinguished delegates, I urge you to keep up the momentum. And with that, Chair, I invite the Assembly to view a short video entitled CIDI Forward, highlighting CIDI's work over the reporting period as well as the planned initiatives. I thank you.